My wife and I, we've been married for 15 years. If anyone would have asked us how your marriage is, I would have said great, happy, thankful. And I did say that many, many times. But there was something underneath that we just couldn't put our fingers on, and that it was escalating, it was growing, it was just a horrible feeling to realize that there is something tearing us apart, and yet we didn't know until finally last year it really exploded.
So in the Rogue group with the group of guys, the important thing is that we hold each other accountable. We pray for each other, we support each other. We become a good group of guys, and Rogue has really brought us together, and we continue together as a Rogue Life group, which has just been phenomenal, and we look forward to staying together as a group and holding each other accountable, praying for each other, as I said before, and it's just been life-changing.
From the Rogue experience that I went through, we talked about virtues and forgiveness and how God made us into the men we were supposed to be. And I realized pretty quickly that I wasn't even close to that, to what God had made me to be, and I was pretty ashamed of myself. But you learn to lift your head up and strive to become the man that God made you to be, and at the same time realize that that's not something you can do by yourself, by willing it or thinking it. You really need to pray and be in the Word and rely on the Spirit to come within you. And that's the power that you need to harness, is the power of the Spirit. The same Spirit that David had when he slayed Goliath, and the same Spirit that rose Jesus from the grave.
I'm still really happy and glowing here inside. This weekend, my wife and I we made the decision to be rebaptized in the Lord and reconfirm our commitment to God and to one another. And it was a blessed day, and I still feel that I am so thankfully blessed that I can continue this journey with my life.
Rogue is not a course or a curriculum that is for people with big issues. It's for every man out there, and I hope that every man and every wife recommends that their husbands go to this, because it will transform them and teach them about being a better husband, being a better father, being a better communicator, through virtues and character. And really teaching them what true intimacy really is, and having a group of men that are there to support them in being better men and holding them accountable, because it's exactly what we do, is we hold these men accountable very honestly and very truthfully in that group.